What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and we got to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks because so far in this series, I know myself personally, I expected the Bucks to put up a much better fight than what we have seen so far. I thought this was going to be the playoff series where we see Giannis solidify himself as a top 5 player in the NBA right now and truly prove that he can be the #1 player on a championship contender and potentially take down the Brooklyn Nets. Now, so far, we have not seen great things from the Bucks, and you can't put the entire thing on Giannis. I think there's a lot of blame to go around. You can blame the shooting of Milwaukee. You can blame the adjustments by Mike Budenholzer. You can blame it on the injury of Donte DiVincenzo, but in reality, there's a multitude of things that go into the Bucks struggling so far against the Nets. And we're going to get into all of that in this video today, but real quick before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you enjoy this video. We are almost to 500 subscribers, which means we're almost halfway to 1,000 subscribers, which is my goal by the end of 2021. If you like this type of content, if you're a big NBA fan, I'm posting NBA videos almost every single day, so please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. In game 1, they lost 115 to 107, and the story of this game is the fact that Milwaukee shot 6 of 30 from the three-point line. That is terrible. And for a team that relies on the spacing around Giannis Antetokounmpo, you cannot shoot 20% from 3 when you're against the Brooklyn Nets, who are one of, if not the best three-point shooting team in the NBA so far throughout the postseason. Compared to how the Bucks shot in game 1, the Brooklyn Nets shot 38.5% from 3 in game 1, 15 of 39. So by far the better three-point shooting team so far throughout the series. Now, if you go and take a look at game 2, this game was an absolute blowout, and unfortunately we didn't get the game from Giannis that we probably needed to get from him. He shot 8 of 15 from the field, which isn't terrible, 53%. He missed all 3 of his three-pointers that he took. As a team, Milwaukee shot 29.6% from 3, and this was a situation after game 1 where everyone was looking at each other and saying, well, the Bucks surely can't shoot poorly from 3 again, right? Well, they followed up that game 1 performance with only a 10% better three-point performance. Another issue so far has been the fact that Khris Middleton has not been good at all. He shot 35% from the field in game 2. In game 1, he shot 26% from the field. So right now we are getting the worst possible version of Khris Middleton that we can possibly get, and it's really hurting the Bucks right now. One of the big issues that I think a lot of Bucks fans have pointed out, I've pointed it out, Jrue Holiday played 36 minutes in game 1, Khris Middleton played 36 minutes in game 1, and Giannis played 35 minutes in game 1. There are 48 minutes in a game. That means that each of them missed an entire quarter of this game in the playoffs. If you look at Kevin Durant, who is coming off one of the most difficult injuries to come off of, he played 40 minutes in game 1. Kevin Durant, who is coming off one of the worst injuries that you can possibly have, played 40 minutes. Now, you cannot tell me that there's an excuse for this. This is something that has been a problem with Coach Mike Budenholzer for Giannis's entire career, is that he just doesn't play his stars enough. You have this three-headed monster of Jrue Holiday, Khris Middleton, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they are all playing 36 minutes per game or less. Now let's take a look at game 2. That was only game 1. Now I understand this game was a blowout, so they're playing less time because it's garbage time. Jrue Holiday played 34 minutes. Khris Middleton played 33 minutes. Giannis played 30 minutes in game 2. 30 minutes. This is a player who is considered to be a top 5 player in the NBA, and he only played 30 minutes in game 2. That is completely inexcusable, and the Bucks are not going to win games when their big 3 is only playing 30 to 36 minutes per game. This is something Mike Budenholzer has been guilty of his entire career, and it's going to cost the Bucks this series. This takes me to my next point. Giannis Antetokounmpo, throughout the past 3 or 4 years, has been hailed as a player who could potentially end up as an all-time great. He's got the MVPs, he's got the Defensive Player of the Years, but he lacks playoff success. He's had that one trip to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's it. If Giannis wants to take that next step, he needs to look Mike Budenholzer in the eyes and say, I am playing 40 minutes this game, and you are not stopping me, or you're going to lose your job. Because if the Bucks front office has to choose between Giannis or Mike Budenholzer, I can promise you they're taking Giannis. It is time for Giannis Antetokounmpo to take that next step and go from being loyal to a fault to being aggressive, having that killer mentality, and doing exactly what needs to be done. Right now, he has not been the Giannis that we've come to know. He's making bad decisions on the floor. He's turning the ball over. He's putting up three-pointers when he just absolutely shouldn't be. All right, so in this play, we've got Giannis on the post with Blake Griffin. So Giannis has the ball. He's backing up Blake Griffin, and he's got Khris Middleton wide open right here. He puts up a contested fadeaway jumper over Blake Griffin. He had Khris Middleton right there, wide open for a three-pointer. And instead he puts up a contested mid-range jumper, a low percentage look. Now, this is the next shot that I want to look at. So Milwaukee's down pretty heavily right now, so it's not like this really even matters that much. 56-81, Giannis is bringing the ball up. He dribbles it up, and let's pause. The offense is still getting set up. Kevin Durant is guarding the interior more so than he is Khris Middleton in the corner over here. So Giannis has options. He can dribble into the interior where there's actually weak defense right now. If he can get past Blake Griffin, all he has to worry about is Kevin Durant to provide the help defense. And then from there, Giannis can kick it out to Khris Middleton by coming in here. Instead, he comes up and he shoots a three-pointer. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been shooting very poorly from three throughout this entire series. And so instead of passing to Khris Middleton, who also, to be fair, hasn't been great from three so far in this series, instead of setting up the offense and trying to make something happen, a three-pointer in transition. There's no need. He has shooters around him right now. Granted, PJ Tucker has been incredibly disappointing. Even though he only shot twice in the last game, his defense hasn't been what it needs to be. So everything is pretty much just going wrong for the Bucks right now. It's on Mike Budenholzer to come up with a better game plan for these guys, play his stars more minutes. Giannis needs to be making better decisions. Khris Middleton needs to start hitting his shots, which is something that's always been a concern with him throughout his playoff career. But this team has some clear adjustments that they need to make. Unfortunately, they are without Donte DiVincenzo, who provides a lot of defense on the wing. He can knock down his shots, so I understand that that's hurting. PJ Tucker has been playing more minutes lately. It will be interesting to see what they do, see if they can overcome this team. They are down 0-2 right now. Tomorrow we will see if they are able to take a game at home. I'm looking forward to see what adjustments they make and if they can take a game off of the Nets and get back into this series. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. We are almost to 500 subscribers, halfway to 1,000. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Comment below who you think is going to win this series, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.